What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, what's going on in the US, what's going on in Washington, D.C., money, investing, and the $3.5 trillion stimulus check package, which will be the largest stimulus package yet to date. We're going to go over that and what is going on in the United States. Remember, new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you find these videos helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and let's jump right in. 5,200 National Guard troops have been activated and are being sent to Louisiana and the Gulf Coast with the Hurricane Ida aftermath. U.S. Northern Command, in coordination with the National Guard and FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, has activated more than 5,200 personnel in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, and Alabama, according to Major General Hank Taylor, Vice Director of Logistics of the Joint Staff. Quote, they bring a variety of assets, including high water vehicles, rotary lift, and other transportation capabilities to support recovery efforts. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is also operational in New Orleans and is assessing the storm's impact. The Louisiana National Guard also said it has activated 4,900 guardsmen and staged 195 high water vehicles, 73 rescue boats, and 34 helicopters in the past 72 hours. There is over 1 million homes without power, 2 confirmed deaths, and probably a lot more to come. Power outages are expected to go days, possibly even weeks, and the storm is continuing to rage on. The European Union is recommending reinstating travel restrictions on United States travelers as the U.S. is averaging over 150,000 people per day testing positive with new positive virus cases. The EU has reported as of Monday recommending new travel restrictions on U.S. travelers. The U.S. Education Department is opening investigations in 5 different states over mask bans in schools. The Department of Education Office for Civil Rights has opened investigation in 5 states regarding the prohibitions of universal indoor masks. Chief state school officers in Iowa, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Utah received letters today from the OCR questioning the state's decision to not mandate masks in schools. The Education Department maintains that the mask mandate ban discriminates against students with disabilities who are at heightened risk from the severe illness from the virus by preventing them from safely accessing in-person education. U.S. Secretary of Education Miguel Cardona says that not mandating masks may put students with underlying medical condition and disability at risk. Quote, it is simply unacceptable that state leaders are putting politics over the health and education of students that took an oath to serve. The department will fight to protect every student's right to access in-person learning and the right of local educators to put in place policies that allow all students to return to the classroom full-time in person safely this fall. You can also see this headline here from the Washington Post. As school returns, impatience grows with the Biden administration on vaccines for kids under the age of 12. On the next stimulus package, the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, here is some tweets from some high-ranking Democrats. Remember, the Democrats are going to pass this next stimulus package on their own, and we have seen that with the third stimulus check package, as well as the preliminary voting, the votes to proceed with the Senate and the House. That's exactly what happened. All the Democrats voted yes. All the Republicans voted no. They are crafting the bill right now, and that's exactly what happened in the motions to proceed. All the Democrats voted yes, and all the Republicans voted no. So basically, I'm not getting political or anything, but all the eyes right now are on the Democrats because the Democrats are going to pass the next stimulus package, the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, all on their own. All the Republicans are going to vote no. So it really doesn't matter what the Republicans say because the Republicans are all going to vote no, and all the Democrats are going to vote this next stimulus package through. That's exactly what happened in the third stimulus check package as well. All the Republicans voted no, all the Democrats voted through. However, the Democrats are having a little bit of a battle themselves. The moderate Democrats, the kind of Republican-leaning Democrats, the Joe Manchins and the Kirsten Cinemas of the Senate, you know, their theme song, dun dun dun. They want to spend a little bit less. There's some of them in the House of Representatives as well. And some of the more left-leaning Democrats, the Bernie Sanders, the AOCs, the Pramila Jayapals, the Ilhan Omars, they want to spend more. They want to have larger stimulus packages. They want to spend a lot more. They want to have large stimulus checks. In fact, here's what they're saying. In fact, Ilhan Omar, who has a recent bill proposal for monthly stimulus checks, as you can see here, Ilhan Omar proposes a bill for regular $1,200 monthly payments. Representative Ilhan Omar, along with other progressive Democrat lawmakers, proposed legislation that would dole out regular stimulus checks or guaranteed income through monthly payments of up to $1,200 for adults and $600 per children per month. Again, monthly checks per month. The Minnesota Congresswoman announced the proposal previously, saying that poverty is a choice. And I know that that's not really a great choice of word here, but what she's saying by poverty is a choice is she's saying that Congress has a choice in the matter, basically saying that Congress has a choice in the matter, saying that Congress could actually send out monthly checks here with her actual choice of saying that Congress has a choice to send out monthly checks here, and that poverty is a choice of Congress. She's not saying that poverty is a choice for people in poverty, because I think that would be a severely bad choice of word here, but that poverty is a choice of Congress, and they could actually provide monthly checks, which they are actually doing right now in the form of the child tax credits to 65 million families right now, the child tax credits that are going out in the form of $250 to $300 monthly checks, the child tax credits. A lot of people thought those could never happen, and they're going out right now. In fact, you don't even need to be a tax filer. You could have $0 in earned income and get the child tax credits. Okay. By the way, if you don't get those, you probably need to go to the child tax credits website. Go to Google and type in IRS child tax credits. Go to the website. If you're a non-filer, you need to fill out the non-filer form. Okay, but she says that poverty is a choice, meaning that Congress could pass monthly checks for monthly payments of up to $1,200 per month in a press release and a Twitter post about the proposed legislations. Fellow Democrat Representative Dwight Evans of Pennsylvania, Marie Newman of Illinois, and Jamal Bowman of New York also endorsed the bill. Poverty is a choice. It's time we prioritize new economic indicators and economic policies that will prioritize sustainable and equitable growth. Today, we're introducing two bills, a guaranteed income bill and a bill to establish an alternative economic metric. Okay, this was introduced a little bit ago. This is not as of today, but I wanted to introduce what they've been saying previously. For too long, we have prioritized endless growth while millions are homeless, hungry, and without health care. Omar said in an official statement about the bill. The pandemic has laid bare these inequalities. We as a nation have the ability to make sure that everyone has their basic needs like food, housing, and healthcare met. Yesterday, she says on Twitter, ending wars is good, as they just ended the war, the 20-year war in Afghanistan. It actually happened last night, which was actually August 31st in Afghanistan time. So they did pull out on August 31st Afghanistan time. It was August 30th our time, but it was August 31st Afghanistan time. So pretty much the same thing. And she links to, in another Twitter post, this article from Forbes. And the Forbes article says the war in Afghanistan cost America $300 million per day for 20 years with big bills yet to come. I seen that and I went, wow, wow. Now, we killed Osama bin Laden about 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And I was just thinking, wow, think about all the money that we spent, all the American lives that were lost. And you think about the 13 American soldiers that were there this week that were lost. Such a sad situation, and the hundreds of Afghans that were lost. And think about the thousands of American lives that were lost. And I mean, when you think about this over the course of many, many years, and you think about it in lives, and you think about billions and trillions of dollars, and think about what we could have used that money for: helping people homeless, feeding the homeless, helping people here at home, instead of using it for war. It's actually a really, really sad situation. It's a really, really sad situation. The war in Afghanistan cost America $300 million per day for 20 years, with more bills yet to come. Wow. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. She goes on to say, imagine if we spent this money on housing our homeless, feeding our kids, or making sure our people had health care. Our war is costing us domestically. This is why foreign policy is domestic policy. And honestly, I mean, this has been going on for 20 years. You can't really blame this on any Republican, any Democrat. You can't blame this on Biden. You can't blame this on Trump. You can't blame this on Obama. I mean, this has been going on for 20 years. 20 years. 20 years. I mean, we got bin Laden 10 years ago, guys. 10 years ago. It's crazy. It's crazy. Representative Pramila Jayapal says, billionaires, by the way, she's the leader of the Democratic Progressive Caucus, which is like 100 Democrats in the House of Representatives. So she's like the Nancy Pelosi of the House. She's like almost as powerful as Nancy Pelosi. Some would say she has more power than Nancy Pelosi at this point. And she's very progressive. She says, why does the infrastructure bill and the jobs and families plan, the stimulus package, have to pass together? Because we can't leave women, single parents, and families behind during this economic recovery. Remember, it's not just a pandemic, but it's also an economic recovery as well. And don't forget that in, what is it now? It's in about 7 days, that 7.5 million Americans are going to be losing their unemployment bonus money and possibly all their unemployment money. The unemployment benefits will be stopping for about 7.5 million Americans, the $300 per week bonus money, and in some cases, all of their unemployment money, because the extra weeks of unemployment will be completely stopping for millions of Americans as well, because the bonus unemployment weeks extended in the unemployment bonus. The normal unemployment goes for 26 weeks, but remember the third stimulus check package extends that further for the bonus. So in some cases, people are going to lose not only their $300 per week, but their regular unemployment from the states as well. You couple this with the Supreme Court that has just thrown out the eviction moratorium just a few days ago, well before the October 3rd expiration date. And this is going to affect more than 10 million Americans as well. We don't have an exact number on how many people this is going to affect. But it's safe to say that there's a lot of people hurting right now. So this next stimulus package couldn't come at a better time. We don't know exactly what's going to be in there and all the different things that are going to be in there, but we sure are hoping that a lot of these items on here are going to be in this next package. And we sure are hoping that a lot of these items are going to help a lot of people, put money in people's pockets, and just help out as many different groups of people. I think that a forced stimulus check would help a lot of people. Whether or not that's going to be in there is yet to be seen. They can add that in there literally up until the last minute, like they did with the second stimulus check package. They added it in there at the very last moment. In the third stimulus check package, they added in the $10,200 unemployment tax break at the very last moment as well. That meant thousands of dollars for millions of Americans that had unemployment income from last year. It was actually retroactive for last year. They could do that as well this year for anybody that had unemployment income for this year. Some people actually got up to $3,000 or more in checks from this year for their tax refund. It's an unemployment tax break. That's something they could do as well. There's so many different things on this list that could put money in your pocket or give you benefits like Medicare expansion, hearing benefits, hearing coverage, dental coverage, hearing, dental, dentures, and vision coverage, hearing aid coverage, lower the Medicare eligibility age to age 60. That is very, very game changing because those are benefits that will last forever. Forever. In some ways, that's a lot more important than a single stimulus check because these are benefits that you would have for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, the rest of your life. So, for example, if you're 60 years old right now and you live to 90, those are benefits you would have for 30 years. Okay. So, in a lot of ways, most people would agree that that is way more beneficial than, say, a $1,400 stimulus check that you might spend and would be gone in the blink of an eye. You know, a lot of these things are game-changing items like free college. You might not be looking to go to college right now, but for the future of America, if you have sons or daughters, if you have grandchildren, if your kids have kids, um, the future of America right now, going to college is just absurdly expensive. It costs $25,000 to $50,000 per year. Okay, and they're going to start off with probably making 2 years of free college free. I think that later on they might expand this into other colleges like State College. They might make it, and they also might make it 4 years of college later on down the road. Okay, but right now, and I don't think they're going to have an age limit on it. I mean, we're going to see when the bill comes out and when it passes. But I think you could be 20 years old, you could be 40 years old, you could be 60 years old, or you could be 80 years old and go to college. I don't think you're going to even necessarily have to use it. You could go there and just go there for enlightenment. So we're going to see. But free college is something, the cost of college and the cost of health care, health insurance, if you have to pay for it yourself, is insane. So there's going to be a lot of things here, as well as lowering the cost of prescription drug prices, adult tax credits, as well as child tax credits, which, remember, tax credits are basically a check in your pocket that are going to be interesting to see how they work. And we hope that there's going to be lots of checks for people in this next package. So I will keep you up to date with all the developments going on with the next stimulus check package, what's going on with our country, what's going on in Washington, D.C. Make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. And remember that new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also share this video down below with your friends and family. Let them know about this next stimulus package. A lot of people don't even know that the next stimulus package is coming, and it's going to be the largest stimulus package yet to date. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video is our new family channel called Julian's Adventures with my son, Julian, who is 3 years old. So click on that if you haven't yet, or click on my new stimulus check video here. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.